Working on building a headliner for the rear of the airplane, the rear of the cockpit of the airplane. Well, the first step in that, taking some measurements, I put the pulleys in the wing roots up there for the flap control cables, and then run strings through those so I can see how they run. Then I put some poster board up on that upper right hand side panel. That happens to be old poster board that I used for the bottom panels. And I'll lay out the one on the left side, and then I'm going to transfer those over to plywood. That way I can have something to put the top panel on when I mock it up. Well, I made the cardboard templates of the side panels. Actually, I wound up making two templates, but I just used the right one because they're mirror images of each other, and if I went ahead and tried to make two of them, then it'd wind up getting them different. So I just used the one I made on the right side and then cut out two panels with it. So screwed them into the side panel on the left side where I could find the holes there. I could back drill the holes on the left side, or the right side. I just put them on a tie wrap. Once I got that up, I was able to measure out the size for the top of the panel. I've got it cut out and fitted in there. These are just wooden patterns now. Hey, there's a box, 1/8" plywood, 1 by 1.5 cedar strips that I cut out to frame it in, and that's the mold for the headliner. I was going to try to mold the whole thing out of one piece, just make a male and a female mold and heat it up and mold it, but this sheet of Kydex isn't wide enough for that. It's only 4 foot wide, and we got 36 inches and then 14 inches on the back there. Plus I got to tip up from the front, so it's going to be 3 pieces. I changed the design a little bit once I got it in the airplane and put the top part of the headliner in. I could see it could go up a little bit more, so I raised it up a little bit more. So when I've cut the side panels, we'll bring them up to meet. The way I had it, this portion was down quite a bit below that bar in the front, and I had a lot of room in there, so I went ahead and raised it up a little bit. Got the headliner mold box all together, glued overnight, and I tried it out in the airplane, in the fuselage, and I had to modify out the hole there in the back where the cutout is for the flap pulley. It fit okay, but it didn't allow enough room for the fuel lines to go back along between the baggage compartment wall and the side. So anyway, I took it over and on this one side and put it on the table saw and cut off 3/8 of an inch off of it and then glued it back together. So hopefully I didn't get too much off of it, but we'll find out. I got it all screwed back together and glued, and I'm going to put some tape on the edges of it again so the screws and stuff don't scratch things up, and try it out again. Okay, there's the mold in the fuselage. That's kind of what it looks like. I've got just got it tight up against this rear A-frame here, not close to tight, and so there'll be a relief in there for that pulley, but there's plenty of room in there, and it won't take much of a relief for that pulley. Couldn't have really gone up much farther, and probably that flap cable is liable to slap on the top of that as it is. Up here in the front, I've got just about 1 inch clearance underneath those flap pulleys there, and I've got more room here. This will actually give me a little more room. Oh, here's the fuel line going down, so it's got enough room to clear in there now. So it'll go in there like that. So there's still a little bit more room. When this comes up and gets tight against that, there'll be a little bit more room. So the fuel line will go through there fine. The other side, it has more clearance. This side was tight. Everything is close in against the side panel here, with just this room on these tubes separating the skin on the outside with stuff on the inside. On the other side, now on the left side here, there's quite a bit more room because the side panels and everything were out farther to give clearance for these cables and stuff, so there's more room on this side, and the fuel line comes down, will come out about here, so there's plenty of room there for the fuel line and for all of the electrical lines, the power that goes back there for the radios and stuff. So there'll be plenty of room for that. That fits in there pretty good. There's the flat pulley there. So there'll be a relief for that. And when I put the shoulder harness retract cable in up there and make a mark on it, and I might make a little dimple down where that goes, make sure it has enough room, and then for that cable to come through, or for the shoulder harness to come through.